Members, back to the meeting. This is item 5, FCR 2023-24, number 8. Members are invited to approve the recommendation made by the PWSC at this meeting held on the 24th of February 2023 on PWSC paper 2022-23-38. It is to upgrade parts of Project 891TH to Category A as 894TH, Qingyi Lantau Link investigation and detailed design as an estimated cost of $695 million in money of the day prices. And B, upgrade parts of Project 876TH to Category A as 893TH, improvement of Line Rock Tunnel first stage design and site investigation as an estimated cost of $240.7 million in money of the day prices. The PWSC suggested further discussion of the paper by the FC, and no members have jointly requested the FC not to follow the recommendation. As a result, we will have further discussion on the paper. To answer your questions, we have Ms. Gillian Lam Yuk-Ting, Acting Deputy Secretary for Transport and Logistics, and also Mr. Jimmy Chan, Director of Highways, and their team. Now, Mr. Chen Xiu-Hong, first round, 5 minutes. Thank you, Chair. Chair, to accommodate the expected increase in traffic demand by New Territories Northeast developments, the government is going to conduct investigation and detailed design for Qingyi Lantau Link. I support that. At different stages, I have asked about the cost of the investigation and detailed design and why it is so much more expensive than similar projects. I thank the administration for arranging a meeting in private to explain to me the comparison of the price tags, and also a letter was sent to the PWSC in further explanation. Now, according to the paper, concerning to the proposed project, the return tender price is reduced from $73 million to a lower price. I accept that. I agree with that. Now, the timetable is expected to be 48 months. Investigation and detailed design would be completed within that time frame. Now, will the government be able to meet its targets to complete connection between the Qingyi Lantau Link with major urban routes by 2034? But it means that we will still have to wait another 10 years' time. The government said that when possible, some main routes would be commissioned sooner than expected. So what is the progress? According to your plan, which routes linking the new territories and the urban areas will be commissioned earlier? Now, the Qingyi Lantau Link's name is not very catchy. Now, we have the Qingyi Lantau Link. That is a better name for another road. Now, I hope the government can come up with a more catchy name so that we can call it by. Now, also about the improvements of Line Rock Tunnel. I support improving the condition of Line Rock Tunnel and enhance the safety coefficient and also reduce traffic congestion by enhancing the northbound capacity. Now, I agree that the tunnel is very narrow. The work site is very challenging, and it involves reprovisioning of water mains, so it is a very complicated project. Now, at 2 different meetings, I've raised my concerns over the future use of the existing northbound Line Rock Tunnel, the northbound carriageway. It would be a waste if it is just used for emergency purpose. Now, according to the government's reply, At the initial stage, the government would add an item under the consultancy, the first stage consultancy projects, so that the consultants will study whether more options can be offered. Now we have the returned tender price. There will be an expected reduction in cost by $9 million. So does the return tender include the study of possible uses of the northbound carriageway or the northbound trunk? Mr. Jimmy Chan, Director of Highways. I thank Mr. Chan for your support for the two projects. First, on the improvement project of Lion Rock Tunnel. Now, when we extended invitation for tender of consultancy contracts, there is a requirement that the consultant should study the possible future uses of the northbound trunk, because the northbound trunk will be vacated after the improvements projects. I understand many members are concerned about the availability of better choices concerning the use of the vacated northbound trunk. Now, at present, we are still looking for different options concerning the use of northbound trunk. Various uses will have different implications on the requirements of fire safety, installations, utilities, and also water mains. This will affect the repair and maintenance of these utilities. So in the contract, we have required the consultants to come up with different plans so as to best utilize the vacated northbound trunk. Now, in the returned tender, the consultant has included in the tender a proposal for such a study. So after tender is awarded, we will ensure that the consultant is conducting this study and will offer us a recommendation. We will also consider the public utilities provided in the trunk so as to best utilize the vacated trunk. Now, concerning the Qingyi-Lantau link, different projects will be completed at different points in time in the Northwest Territories. Several projects will connect Northwest New Territories with the urban areas, including Route 11, which connects Lam Tay to the northern part of the Lantau Island. And also we are proposing to upgrade this project to Category A, that is investigation and detailed design projects for the Qingyi-Lantau link. So for both projects, we are looking at commissioning the links by year 2030. So by then, there will be a route linking up Lam Tay, Lantau Island, Qingyi, and Kowloon. So it would be best if we can complete all the routes simultaneously. Now, Mr. Chen, sorry, you have spent 8 minutes on answering this question. So can you be more concise in answering Mr. Chen's question? Now, you mentioned timetable, so what about the name? That is just a suggestion. I hope you can be as brief as possible. Now, this is a very long route, and there are a lot of different sections along the route. So of course, we have to connect all the sessions. We will try to complete different sessions more expeditiously, but the most challenging part would be the long span bridge. It will be completed by year 2030. For sessions involving tunnels, we'll try to commission them early to alleviate the traffic pressure. Concerning the name, we have heard Mr. Chen Xiu-hong's suggestion. We think this is a rather short name, and we will try to come up with a better name at different stages. Mr. Chen Xiu-hong. Just a brief follow-up. The chairman was right concerning commissioning different sessions at different times. So for easier parts, can you give us a table so that we know which sessions will be completed before the 10-year target? Or at least some sessions can be commissioned earlier to alleviate the traffic pressure before the 10-year goal. Can you give us some supplementary document? Well, I don't think that's quite possible because we have to do site investigation for Route 11 and the Qingyi Lantau link. Survey and investigation will be required. We have to do geotechnical investigation. Tunnel boring will be involved, and also we will have to build a ground foundation. We have to wait for the results before we can tell you which parts can we complete sooner because of more desirable geotechnical conditions. Thank you very much. Next, Mr. Perry Yu.
Thank you, Chair. I support these two projects. I have a very simple follow-up question on Mr. Chen Xiu-hong's question. For the Line Road Tunnel, the northbound tube, what will it be used as? On our meeting in the panel on transport, I have made some suggestions. If the northbound tube is used for emergency uses only, that would be a waste. So I hope that you can think outside the box and think about other possible uses for the northbound tube. Perhaps to use it as a tourist spot. That is important as well. Well, you have used a lot of time in responding to Mr. Chan's question. For Mr. Perry Yu's suggestion, do you have any response, Director? We will certainly consider all alternatives in utilizing the northbound tunnel tube. And we will assess the feasibility and the impact that it will bring. Thank you. Any other questions? If there are none, I will now put the paper FCR 2023-24 number 8 to a vote. Those in favor, please put up your hands. Those who are against, please put up your hands. I'm of the view that the majority of the voting members are in favor of the proposal. I announce that this proposal is approved. So we have now finished all the agenda items. Our next meeting will be held on the 12th of May. Meeting adjourned.